It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today. In today's video we go over my final draft. Disclaimer, it won't be my final draft. I'm sure I'll make some sort of change before the game week 1 deadline, but this is the final draft that I'll be putting on YouTube. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you want to see the final draft, but this is my final draft before game week 1 going into the 2020-21 season. I'm going to explain some of my picks and hopefully explain my strategy in this video, but before we get into that, a quick message from Fantasy Football Hub. All the data you see on FPL Today is brought to you by the Fantasy Football Hub, who are offering viewers of FPL Today a cool 25% off discount on membership if you sign up before the beginning of the season. Being a member of the Hub gains you access to the same information I use to create these videos. The Hub is one of the fastest growing fantasy football communities, with team reveals from top fantasy football managers, Opta stats, fixture difficulty tables, and articles to help you make the best decisions you can in FPL. To claim this 25% discount before it's too late, click the link in the description down below or use the code TODAY25 when signing up. So let's get straight into the video, and we start off with our goalkeeper situation and defenders. And as you can see, the goalkeeper is McCarthy. We have gone between McCarthy and Button numerous times. We have discussed Martinez and we have also discussed Aaron Ramsdale, and we're probably going to land on McCarthy. We may even double up on Southampton defence, but ideally I don't want to do that. The thing is, I just don't want to use transfers on my defenders unless it is some big hitters like bringing Robertson in or something like that. So in defence we do have, and I'm going to put the bench up now because apart from my defender on the bench, these other players are just going to remain on the bench for now. So we have Alexander-Arnold, which nothing else needs to be said about Alexander-Arnold. I have considered Robertson a lot. I've also considered Doherty as well because I think there's the potential for him to do really well at Spurs, but I'm just not certain of it, which is why he's not made this draft yet. Instead, we have his teammate Ben Davies, who I think is an important part of the Spurs defensive unit, and he did do okay during Project Restart. In fact, Spurs as a unit did okay. They got 4 clean sheets out of the remaining fixtures from game week 30 plus onwards. He managed to get 31 points himself in this period as well, and his expected points was actually 39.67. so I'm hoping that Mourinho is starting to get to grips with this team, and it is his second year in charge, and I'm hoping there'll be a solid defensive unit. We also have in defence Mitchell, but he is just literally there to feature in game week 1 and then sit on my bench because he seems like he will be starting until Van Aanholt comes back from injury. And then we have Justin and Taylor also making up the defenders, more £4.5 million defenders. And the reason I've gone with Justin is, from what I've heard from Leicester City fans, is Justin is likely to still start even despite the signing of Castan, because they think it will be the player on the other side that will miss out and not Justin, because Pereira of course is out and Chilwell has been sold. He managed to get 22 points since Project Restart started, and they managed to get 3 clean sheets, Leicester City, in those games. And then we have Taylor, who of course blanks in game week 1, but the reason we've gone with Taylor is, again, I don't want to be spending transfers in this position if I can help it, and Burnley are a pretty good defensive unit. Taylor, I think, is going to be the starter on the left for Burnley in their defence, and he managed to get 3 clean sheets as well with his team from Project Restart's kickoff, and that resulted in 29 points. So that is our defence. We don't need to talk too much about it because it's full of £4.5 million players and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So guys, if you're enjoying this video, please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell for updates throughout the entire FPL season. We've been doing this for 5 years now, and we have not missed a game week in almost 3 years, so we are committed. So also hit that notification bell so you are alerted when our videos go live. And in the comments down below, feel free to leave your teams and let's have a discussion about our game week 1 drafts in the comments. We move on to midfield and we'll talk about the big hitters first. I have stressed about Salah for probably about a week now because there's just a feeling in my gut that I don't particularly need Salah, because I don't plan on even considering him for the captaincy armband until game week 4. Now I know a lot of people keep saying, well, he's still a good player, you don't have to put the captaincy armband on him, But the fact of the matter is, there are other players I'd really like to fit into my side, and there's also other strategies that I'm considering to make sure I don't fall behind everyone that's going to wildcard and bring in plenty of Man United and Man City players. And one way of doing that would be not to include Salah and already have a United player in, and then I wouldn't be behind the rest of the pack as far as transfers go, as long as Salah didn't do a madness against Leeds. However, the fear of him doing really well against Leeds is what really worries me and is why he's still in my side, despite the fact I'm not going to captain him. Since Project Restart, he managed to get 46 points despite Liverpool being off the boil, with 3 goals and 4 assists. And I know a lot of people talking about regression, how he isn't the Salah that first joined the league, and how he kind of thrived as the main man, and now that Mane's kind of stepped up, he's not the main man anymore. I still think Salah's a good pick at 12 million. He does have the penalties, and it's more of a fear move that I've still got him in the side. I have considered Robertson coming in to kind of hopefully cover points season long, but Salah stays for now. It'll be really interesting to see what I do by the time Gameweek 1 starts. And then of course Aubameyang, he is my captain for the first 2 game weeks. I'm pretty set on that. He managed to get 5 goals and 2 assists since Project Restart started, with 52 points in total. And I really like Aubameyang reclassified as a midfielder. I think he's very important for the first 2 game weeks with Fulham and West Ham as his first 2 fixtures. If there's one player I think you need in Game Week 1 and Game Week 2, it's Aubameyang. And he has looked on form. He looks like he's starting to play and really try for Arteta, and hopefully he signs that new contract. Or maybe he's playing for a move, but either way, if he plays in Game Week 1 and 2, I'm okay with him moving after that. And then making up the numbers in midfield, I wouldn't say making up the numbers because I actually have high hopes for them now. Heung-min Son comes in as a placeholder, most likely to be moved to a Chelsea midfielder once I get a better feel for that side. But with Everton, Southampton and Newcastle in the first 3, I think there's definitely good fixtures there for Spurs, and it is Mourinho's second season. Now he managed to get 46 points since Project Restart with 2 goals and 4 assists with 46 points, which isn't a bad return. The issue I have with Son, of course, is he does seem to stay out wide in Mourinho's system, and I preferred it when he was more central, or when he could at least cut inside a bit more freely. So with Kane starting most likely, that does worry me a little bit with Heung-min Son, but he is a quality player and he's had a good pre-season by the looks of it, and he's just a player I do enjoy owning when he's performing well. So Son is in there for now, probably to be moved to someone else as the season progresses. And then St. Maximin to me right now is the best of the 5.5 million bunch, apart from Saka if Saka starts. And I don't want to risk Saka not starting, so St. Maximin comes in, especially with West Ham and Brighton Hove Albion in the first 2. The fact that Callum Wilson has come in at 6.5 is very, very interesting to me, not that I've made that move yet. And Ryan Fraser at only 0.5 million more at 6 million, again, is another interest to me, but they are new to the club and I'd like to see how they fit into that system. So St. Maximin, because of his price point and because he's played for Newcastle already and I know what to expect from him, makes the cut. And before we move on to the strikers, just a quick note about the Fantasy Football Hub, link in the description and the code you can use today 25. If you do that, I do get a bit of an affiliate cutback on that, and it does help support the channel massively. So if you're considering membership to any site and you want to support my channel, please do feel free to use that link in the description or the code today 25. And so up front, I could talk about Brewster. I'm hoping Brewster makes a move somewhere else, but he is just the 4.5 million cheap striker until I get to grips with my side. And if there is another 4.5 million striker that seems to be playing, I will make that move. But the main focus is, of course, on Danny Ings and Timo Werner. Now, what I like about this striker partnership is the fact that Danny Ings is proven in the league since Project Restart, 58 points, 7 goals, 1 assist. And Timo Werner, world-class striker, has done it in the Bundesliga, one of the top scorers in the elite leagues in Europe. And in a Chelsea side that look like they're going from strength to strength, I believe he will do well this season. It is a bit of a punt, I don't have anything to go off of, but a lot of other people are making the punt, so if it does go wrong, it's not going to hurt me too badly. Also, with these 2 price points, it does mean it isn't too difficult to move to the more expensive strikers of Aguero and Kane, or move to the likes of Martial, who I really do like the look of. So I like the flexibility of having these 2 forwards in there for me to move to some of the big hitters up front. I have considered Che Adams from Southampton as well, and that would give me 2.5 million to spend elsewhere, but I think this leaves me in a good position to make the right moves depending on how the season starts. I am also left with 0.5 million in the bank as well, which means I shouldn't get caught out by any price rises. And the plan is to move Salah out for a Man United player, or Ings out for Martial in game week 2 potentially, and then move Aubameyang out in game week 3 for the likes of Kevin De Bruyne or Raheem Sterling. Now I might take minuses as well if necessary, because I really want to try and save my wild card, because I really do believe that it could come in handy some point during the season before the deadline for it to be played arrives. However, there are a lot of players that I am considering. I'm considering the Man United bench options still to this point. I'm also considering going Salah-less with Alexander-Arnold and Robertson in the defence. And whilst a lot of people don't seem to be considering him, I am very interested in Dele Alli, because I feel like when he's fit in a Mourinho side, he looks good, and he could be a player that not many people are looking at. There's also plenty of players that I am looking at outside of this team who are part of my watch list, which is a video I released yesterday, so feel free to go check that out on the channel. And in the comments down below, let me know what you think of this Game Week 1 draft. And that is it for this video. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support during this pre-season. I will hopefully get one more video out for you guys before the season kicks off, so stay tuned to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell will let you know when that video goes live. Also, check out Fantasy Football Hub in the description down below. It does help me out if you sign up using my code today25 or the link in the description. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.